Hunting rock chucks in the mountains with a 220 Swift. This video will cover the hunt, some information on the 220 Swift, and a link back to the article about the Speed King of Factory 22 centerfires. The 220 Swift. Developed in 1935, it is still busting varmints today. Stay tuned. So although the history of the 220 Swift starts in 1935, my history with it started in 1994. That's me. Right there in the circle in the cutoff sleeve shirt. We are in Visalia, California, shooting ground squirrels and rabbits off those rock piles. I was using my brand new Remington Model 700 in 220 Swift. So this is just one of the offerings that they had originally. 46 grains was the original 4,000 feet per second plus offering. They did the 48 grain as well from Winchester. It was developed in 1935 by Captain Wotkyns. And what I'd like you guys to do is hit the article over on our sites. We have the original American Rifleman article from 1935 about this cartridge. You're seeing it right there. That's the first page by F.C. Ness. Unbelievably excellent information. Talk about detailed facts, figures, ballistic results, everything from the developer and from the people who were actually using this cartridge at the time, trying it in different guns, different projectiles, all sorts of stuff. You cannot miss it. It is over on our site, which we will put the links. So 22 Creedmoor is the quick one nowadays. You can see it there against two 220 Swifts. The one in the middle is a 50 grain, and then the factory on the right, 48 grain. This was the rifle that I ended up with that I own today. And 1994, this Remington Model 700 varmint synthetic fluted came into my life. I had been looking for a gun that would shoot a high speed 22 centerfire. I looked at the 22 250, but I decided on the Swift, and I decided on the Remington. Accurate gun, and to this day, 30 years later, it is still shooting well. Because I care for my barrel and I don't overheat it, etc. Now, the one different thing I did do, more on the optic in the article, is I dropped on a Grayboe Phoenix stock. Grayboe was kind enough to send us these, and when I saw their Phoenix, I just knew I had to drop the 220 Swift into this. So here's the warning.
Warning, this video contains images of legal hunting activities. If you are offended by these types of images, please leave now.
27 years ago when I first got this gun, I was out hunting. Ground squirrels, rabbits, rock chucks. It was my main varmint slayer. So I figured, hey, what's the best thing I can do with this? Head up to the mountains and go slay some rock chucks. So here's the first one at 355 yards. You're going to hear us talking a little bit on it. But he started out further away and just was working his way in. I dropped the crosshairs in here so you can see where he's going to walk into, and then the shot.
He's going down to eat or something.
Stone dead. Tail wave. Says 355 yards, 50 grain Nosler ballistic tip.
How far? 300?
And that
355 yards.
Quite a lot of damage going at the speeds of a 220 Swift. I've reloaded these so they're not at 4,000 feet per second, my best accuracy at the time. Now, these were loads that I did back in the day, 27 years ago, that I reloaded again for the rifle. And they're going about 3950 to 3980 feet per second in there. So I stuck with that, and it obviously worked well, as you'll see on this one.
Hold dead on.
By the way, let me jump in there. This is downhill, and because it's a flat shooting rifle, normally I'd adjust. But at 200 yards, you can sit on your target, especially one as big as a rock chuck, with no issues with the 220 Swift. It is that flat shooting.
Nice shot.
What they found out, as David's zooming out, is on the 46 grain load they developed originally, you could hold at 75 yards all the way up 250 yards on a 5-inch ground squirrel and hit it throughout those ranges. There's the rock chucks. You can see how they blew
on
up.
the edge of the bag and on the edge of the rock, it was slipping down.
220 Swift hit.
So
That one right there,
Go.
a little closer in.
Nice shot. 220 Swift. Closer bush, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Take that one.
On these right here, you're going to see the spray. That one up there especially. Watch the spray on this one because that bullet impacting.
He
at
is
the high
looking
speed.
away from us and slightly right.
tails up and over.
Yes, it is. Hit.
Dead right there. So David sees this one. I'm actually focusing on another
Which one
one.
are you after?
That one did eventually get killed, but we didn't get it on video, unfortunately. We got this one, but there's one under that bush too on the right. But here goes shot.
Hit.
Rolled it over at 214 yards. That's a lot of energy.
There's one
So he
more.
comes back over. We didn't get the shot. So we got the one back in the bushes here. You're going to see him. I'm going to ask him to stop, which he kindly does. And I take the shot. This one's a big one too. Blew those guys up, which is what we want. Quick, clean kills. The 220 Swift does that.
No, no, no. That blew him up.
That was a hit. I saw a splatter on the inside of that rock.
Here's it in slow motion. He got sucked out of there after the shot. Then we got this one that's running at me.
Go. Go.
1,900 yards on that one. David will confirm it right here even.
220 Swift. 220 Swift. At least 1,900 yards.
Okay, maybe it wasn't 1,900 yards, more like 80. Do me a favor, if you want to learn about this cartridge, head over to our website, varminter.com. The article is there. I have my information, my history with the cartridge, and then there is the information from the American Rifleman. So many of you don't know that we actually have a website, and we have articles, videos, hunts, reviews, range reports, thermal optic info, and a lot more. A lot of these link up to the videos that we have on here, so you can go back and refer to them as far as finding out information that you saw in the video, but if it went by too fast, you can click over on varminter.com and check out the article, and all the information is there. So we'll see you over at varminter.com. Thanks a lot for watching.